Iron Maiden, hallowed be thy name. 1982, Iron Maiden, off the movie. What? The movie. A Headbanger's Journey. 2005 documentary. Well, that ain't exactly a movie, but it's still cool. I mean, I guess Pink Floyd The Wall is just a documentary then. Danny, if you look at it that way, is that just a damn documentary? No, that's a movie. See, come on, bullshit out. I like how every website you go to, don't matter. Tool's in there somewhere. That is the tool we need to understand gravity and earth and fire and wind and avatars and tails and style benders. Yeah, I got all of them. Oh, so I got lost in the movie. That was crazy, but that's nuts, right? That's nuts. Run to the Hills, that's an old album, I guess. The Trooper, Aces High, Wasted Years. So we could spend the next 10 years doing Iron Maiden songs. Why did no one ever tell me they were this big? OGL, he had to work. We've been trying to work it out where he could do this with me. You know, Motley Crue, and nothing but a good time, and girls, and starring in bachelorette shows. And come on, Brett, really? I feel like him and Shawn Michaels were like somehow like, and that dude from not Street Outlaw, so Grease Monkey or whatever, that Richard. Yeah. Look, I got plenty of gay friends, but man, they like in the closet, you know what I mean? Open that damn door, man. Let yourself out, that son of a bitch. Got one over here too. In fact, that's all I got. A closet, and a bedroom. That's all I need. I got a flat tire. I know, man, I know. Damn, Daniel, get ready to fix the car and you can't get so much over. If he ain't got off, I got two of the guys from the club maybe coming. I'm trying my best to get her to you, brother. All right. 1982, release, Iron Maiden. Headbanger's Journey from a movie. The genre of the movie is metal. A metal movie. That's Eminem, son, before there was a Slim Shady. I'm ready to push play. Bruce Dickinson. Show me the money. Let's hear them pipes. So the dark, and I'm waiting in my cold cell. The bell begins to chime. That's about all I heard. I just seen gals pull back, so I didn't mean to. That's a bad song. Gals pull.
I'm waiting in my cold cell when the bell begins to chime. Reflecting on my past life, and it doesn't have much time. 'Cause at 5 o'clock they take me to the gallows pole. The sands of time for me are running low.
Yeah, I can see right then. I gotta put my seatbelt on. Turn all the flashy lights on. That was a beautiful way to enter that next transition. I wouldn't call it a chorus. He does have a really awesome voice. I only heard it once, but it was Fear of the Dark. It was the charismatic voice, but I just remember his performance. Like, he was a pretty old guy. Like running around a lot more than I can. Bruce. Shit. Dude, he's going off. Wow. That, yeah, I felt something there. And not just a buzz. That was good. That, I'm gonna give him the biggest compliment in the world. That sounded nothing like him, but the way he held the breath control, along with the bravado and not near as much, but grit. It reminded me of Lane Staley. That was impressive. So the first verse, when it's 5 o'clock, take me to the gallows pole. My sins, time running low. Like, man, think of sins to the hourglass. Those were the days of our lives. My mom watched all the time. So when the priest comes to read me the last rites, take a look through the bars, the last sights of a world that has gone very wrong for me. Can it be that there's some sort of error? Hard to stop this surmounting terror. Is it really the end? Not some crazy dream. I'm realizing this is one of their most popular songs. So I bet you guys wish you were like me right now and never heard this. I was like getting that first time. That's why I like to see people listen to Eulogy. They think he's talking about Jesus and old time L. Ron Hubbard. It's clones. Come down, get off your fucking cross. I need to fuck his face to nail the next fool more. This is Tool Logan Reacts. That's so hilarious because I don't know what you guys call Iron Maiden fans. They're just like obsessed, dumb as hell. Tool fans are like one or the other, like super clever, humble, open the door for each other, or some kind of bumbling idiot that don't know his ass from a hole in the ground, or even how to spell either one of those, or which one goes up or down. And he's like, well, that's so above, so below. That's a Tool again. That's the ones y'all hate. The obnoxious, obsessive Tool fans. The rest of them have valid points, so we can talk, have conversations. It's not just like, dude, cool. Oh, man. That Still My Car movie. So, yeah, the power vocals. Where have I been? The power vocals. Yeah, I like that. That's great songwriting. Somebody please tell me that I'm dreaming. It's not easy to stop from screaming. The words escape me when I try to speak. I wish I wouldn't have said nothing about Megadeth because, these lyrics are too tight on Metallica lyrics. Maybe it was just the decade. Tears flow, but why am I crying after all? I'm not afraid of dying. Don't I believe that there's never isn't? Don't I believe that there never is an end? I've had to face my mortality probably a little sooner than most, or not sooner than most, anticipatively sooner than most. So I'm relating to the lyrics. So I'm saying that's good songwriting, which technically that's exactly what they're about. But either way, it's good songwriting. Every song will have 20 meanings. Danny, they don't. They really don't. Maynard's a little weird. But yeah. I was gonna say, man, surely y'all heard me that time. Probably didn't want to, but let's do it. That guitar player. I love that consistency. That riff. The drummer's really good too. It's off rhythm, but it's in rhythm. I haven't learned to count it yet, but I can hear it. I play guitar. I've never understood how they play the drums, but I'm starting to learn how they intertwine with the music. All right, let's back that up a little bit. I was talking. I always say not to do that.
Forward, why am I crying? After all, I'm not afraid of dying. Don't I believe that there never is an
Pulse. Iron Maiden are a British heavy metal band formed in 1975 by bassist Steve Harris. After several lineup changes prior to their recording career, they settled on Harris vocalist Paul Di'Anno, guitarist Dave Murray, and drummer Doug Sampson. I was just talking about y'all. The band released an EP as a four-piece. By the way, the very first EP and the only EP that's ever debuted at number one was not Tool. It was Alice in Chains' Dirt. The band released an EP as a four-piece before hiring guitarist Dennis Stratton in '79, the year I was born. So I'm guessing that was Dave Murray just ripping that guitar in half, or was that Dennis Stratton? Can you let me know in the comments? Doug Sampson was dismissed from the band. He was unable to cope with the touring schedule. Yeah. Placed for Clive Burr, with whom the band recorded their self-titled debut album in 1980. So this guy left the band before their first actual album. Oh, man. How many guitarists have we had? Adrian Smith did musical and personal differences brought about by the choosing not to travel with the band when supporting Kiss on the European. Yeah, I mean, Kiss ass. Tour second student. You guys know all this. Something Di'Anno was filed after drug and alcohol abuse affected his life. I didn't know that. Bruce Dickinson left his previous band Samson to audition for Maiden in '81. Joined shortly afterwards, after the release of their third album, The Number of the Beast, which we were just listening to the album, drummer Nikio McBride replaced Burr, who led to personal and scheduling problems on the subsequent Beast on the Road tour. It's safe to say these guys partied pretty good on the road. My subscriber, Maiden in Chains, you sure picked two hell of bands. Seem to party maybe different substances, but the same type of way. So yeah, on to their 8th studio album, debut solo albums after that, one more album after that, Blaze Bailey to audition, Steve Harris and Rod Smallwood, the group's manager in Brighton, agreed to rejoin along with Adrian Smith, who was telephoned a few hours later. Iron Maiden thus become a 6-piece band and have gone on to make 6 further studio releases. The current lineup is now the longest and most stable in the band's history. Well, glad I went through all that. Members go from Steve Harris, Dave Murray, Adrian Smith, Bruce Dickinson, Nikio McBride, Janique Jeers, and that cat that didn't make it to the first album, maybe he's in there. Leighton, London, England. Shout out to. I'm taking my car to get the tire on it now. I got the little donut on it. So Greg, he he takes care of his mom. He does a lot. I mean, he works. He does. He's an awesome guy. That being said, I worked real hard and I got my tire fixed now, but I told him, I was like, man, I think I was too high when I done the reaction. Because he just sent me all these, clips of him going into detail about the band, the song, the actual breakdown of it. And I'm going to put all that on there because like a true Tool fan, I can't sit through all that. But y'all gonna love it, man. He breaks it down beautifully. It just touched me, even though it didn't. You know what I'm saying? I learned to swim up out of there. No, man, much respect to Iron Maiden. Wow at the catalog. Wow at the stamina. Wow at the amount of people. This was evolving, still thriving, like village people, not village people, man, not village people. True rock metal, man. I thought Metallica was really the only metal in the 80s. God, I might have pissed all y'all, didn't I? Every one of y'all. Damn. Well, I'm a Tool fan. But really, much respect. Iron Maiden's got my respect. Bruce Dickinson, you showed me the money, like Kuba. Good deal. Now, here's Greg with his... Now, look, he don't know that I've done this good. Because I cut out like 10 minutes of me just... It was funny, man, but I cut it out. It wasn't in context. So he don't know I'm putting this little part right here in. But I think it deserves to be in. Because he just thinks, oh, God, man. The effects of butter is great, man. It's a wonderful substance. It can be rather strong, you know, like a rock. Standing there was straight like a rock. So Bruce did good. Iron Maiden is not Megadeth, and their lyrics are not like Metallica's. And there are great metal bands in the 80s. But they're not Tool, Rails, and Chains. Here's Greg with the weather. Man, I always be doing this, man. Forgot the whole reason I made this video. He's just like, it's the same. He's just like the Pale Rider, you know what I mean? There's like no change in scenery. It's like lemon yellow sky. Where does it come from? Like Jeremy's spoken. Anyway, so I'm going to put every pace from all the members of Iron Maiden on him throughout this little big old long description of the song he's going to get. So I get familiar with all of them. Peace out, man. Yes.
So, Hallowed Be Thy Name is from The Number of the Beast. That is Iron Maiden's first album with Bruce Dickinson as singer. It is considered to be a classic metal album. And Hallowed Be Thy Name is one of several songs from that album that are considered classic metal songs. The others, of course, being the title track and Run to the Hills. I would personally also put Children of the Damned in that category. In my opinion, the album still holds up. It's a great album. For me, Hallowed Be Thy Name was always a song that I would associate with preparation for doing anything unpleasant. You know, like going into school, going into work, getting ready for any kind of social engagement that I wasn't particularly fond of. The imagery of Hallowed Be Thy Name, this is a guy waiting in his cell to be drug out to the gallows. That was the metaphor. A fairly dark one, but it got me through a lot of tough times. I love the intro and the build of the song. Iron Maiden mastered the art of building a metal epic very, very early. I love the clean guitars. I love the sound of the tolling bell going along with that. I love how Bruce sounds uneasy and maybe a bit fearful, but unrepentant. He still sounds like a scoundrel. As a general rule, for Iron Maiden, Bruce very rarely uses his voice to convey vulnerability. He's capable of it, but urgency, desperation, and strength. And it's actually amazing that all of those things to me are present in this intro, even though he's singing in a very subdued tone, especially for him. I mean, Bruce is an industrial strength belter. He's got lungs for days. And then we get a taste of that when the song shifts into this next gear, and Bruce is holding that note out while the arrangement changes from the clean guitars to the distorted guitars, and you get that serpentine melody that enters. It's just great songwriting. And you'll notice that Bruce's singing is very fluid in the intro. And he's got that big sustained note over which the electric guitars enter, playing that melody. Once the song kicks into gear, though, his singing becomes very, very percussive. It's like a combination of like a music theater vibe and that James Hetfield punch, except, Dickinson will usually end phrases with that big operatic vibrato that he's known for, whereas James would usually go, or something like that. Both equally valid ways to end a phrase, I might add. I also think it's interesting that the song is obviously metal as fuck, but it's not built around a whole lot of chugga-chugging. It's actually built, the guitars are actually playing a sort of a serpentine melody that would not sound out of place being played by like a string section or something like that. So I don't think it makes the song sound classical, per se, but I do think it gives it kind of an elegance. And I kind of think that's one element that kind of differentiates Iron Maiden from a lot of bands like, again, say Metallica or Slayer or something like that. There's an elegance to Maiden sound that doesn't diminish their heaviness, but it kind of gives it that unique flavor. So I absolutely love how, as the song and the story progresses, the lyrics talk about the prisoner being led out to the courtyard and seeing his life drift before him. Bruce slowly ratchets up the intensity of his vocal delivery. There's a line, somebody cries from a cell, God be with you. If there's a God, why does he let me go? I love how there's not a trace of pity or pathos in that line. He's not saying, oh my God, why do I have to die? He's basically saying, dude, how fucking dumb are you? There's another line that says, no, the end is near, I'm not sorry, because my soul, it's willing to fly away. Here's someone who really can't do anything to change his predicament. So he's come to peace with it internally in the most aggressive way possible. I love that, because to me, and this is one of the things that initially attracted me to heavy metal. Heavy metal is not music that you sit in a corner and cut yourself to. It's not music that makes you want to sit and wallow in your dark emotions. It is music that makes you want to take that darkness and pump it into your fuel tank and go out there and get some shit done. So that's, you have someone who's essentially being led to their death, but they're attacking concepts, they're attacking beliefs, and they're basically saying, look, I don't give a fuck. I'm going on another adventure, so I'll see y'all later.
Last but not least, thank you very much for the kind and very generous tip you gave the channel to do this reaction. It really helps. Thank you so very much. There's a link below if you want to tip the channel. Love you all.
And so then towards the end, the song kicks into another gear. You get, the tempo picking up. Now you start to get the chugga-chugga riffing coming in. You get some really high-energy soloing from Dave Murray and Adrian Smith. And, again, elegant is the term I would use to describe an Iron Maiden solo break. It's very high energy. It's very powerful, but it's tasteful. It's well phrased. It's very fluid. You don't get the kind of blistering aggression that you would from like Tipton and Downing from Judas Priest. Of course, Bruce goes nuts at the end, closes off with that big sustained note on Hallowed Be Thy Name, and then the song just kind of winds down. It's perfect. The song took you on a journey, and what I love about it is that the song took you from prison to gallows. But at the end, you don't feel depressed. You don't feel sad. You feel energized. You know, it it affirms life by confronting death, which I absolutely love. So it's a fantastic song. Definitely well deserving of its status as a classic. The live versions of this are also awesome just because of Bruce's the command of the crowd. But I think this original studio version is Bruce, you know, just at his vocal best. So, yeah, it's a classic track for a reason. God, what is it? Almost 40 years later, it still sounds every bit as good as it did back then. So, yeah, 2 thumbs and the horns up. Up the irons.